What's going on YouTube? So hopefully this audio will sound good. I have my mic on, so bear with me. Last time I think I was a little bit too loud, so my voice might be raspy because I have been sick, and I tell you, it felt like I had COVID, and COVID decided to get married to pneumonia and spawn a cyber baby flu combination of all of them above. I mean, it was horrible. And then on top of that, once you have no fever and you're doing fine, guess what? You got to go to work. So it has just been exhausting. So starting my day a little bit late, slept all day, which was fine. I guess my body needed that, but giving you an update. So today, as you can see the background, I'm in my Hellcat. I have been neglecting her for a while because I got used to not paying gas. So EV's been fantastic. Haven't had any issues with the EV. But in my previous video, so I have been doing research. I've been having my Corvette for a little bit over, maybe about 4 weeks or so. Learning a lot of things, that I have to get used to as opposed to coming out of a Mopar, you know, differences between the two. And I think that's the beauty of having multiple vehicles. You can sit here and experience the goods, the bads, things that you don't like, things that you want to change. And that's what I'm been doing lately. So one of the things that I had to get used to was the differences of the, I guess you would say, the engine, the power itself. Okay. Coming from Mopar, everybody knows, you know, the Hemi, and it's designed with the hemispherical kind of things. And, you know, there's a difference I had to learn between port injectors and direct injectors, okay? And now I can honestly say that going from a Mopar and then transitioning to a Chevy, going back and forth, you can feel the difference of the horsepower and the torque. Hemi is known for right up in your face, you know, bam, it is having that torque and that horsepower. And that's something I had to get used to with the Chevy because that is not the case. Chevy, to me, if I can kind of describe it, it's more a linear thing, right? So you will basically pick up speed, and once you get up there, I mean, you are going. So you're going about 60. I mean, that thing can take off and it just keeps going and going and going. The Mopar, you're getting it all at once. So when I first got into the Chevy, that was an expectation that I thought that I was going to get with the Chevy. Unfortunately, that is not the case. So it's a little bit different. And I have to be honest, I have to get used to that because I'm so used to having that power up front, and that's that adrenaline rush that I like. I drag race. So that's a difference, you know, that I have to get used to, and I'm not going to lie. Now, does that make that a horrible thing? Absolutely not. It's just the way that the engines are designed, right? So that's something I have to get used to. The other thing, which I have been telling y'all, is the noise, okay? Do not like the noise. I've been doing a lot of research, and I have narrowed it down to different types of performance packages, and I'll talk about that in a minute, that I decided and I will be purchasing. And then the other thing is, I had forgotten how, when I had my Scat Pack, I forgot that it will go back and forth into the 4-cylinder and the 8-cylinder. Oh my God. With the Hellcat, of course, it doesn't do that. So you're automatically consistently in the 8-cylinder, right? I cannot stand. So the Corvette in itself, stock exhaust to me is not loud. And then when you go into that 4-cylinder, oh my God, I'm sitting here like, who invented this? So I will definitely, that is one of the things that I have priced and I will be getting done. I am getting rid of that interchanging between the 4-cylinder and the 8-cylinder. And for everybody who knows too, yes, it helps with gas. Yes, I get it. But it also has a lot of negative impacts when you're going from the 4-cylinders to the 8-cylinder. And I'm just doing away with that. So that will be tuned out. Not doing that. But speaking of which, because I don't want to make this super long, those are just some things that I have been experiencing with the Corvette. I love the Corvette for its basically race car kind of feel where you're sitting like you're in a cockpit, you're down to the ground. I love that. I feel like everybody is looking at you, which probably nobody can give a shit about what I'm driving, but it just makes you feel connected with your car. I love that feel. I love the fact that it's handling. I mean, like I said, my car here, the Hellcat, everybody knows is very heavy. And then when you're talking about the EV, you know that bad boy is heavy. That thing is almost 6,000 pounds. So it's very heavy. And then going into the Corvette, that is about 3,200 pounds. Remember, I have the Stingray. It is very nimble. Like I said, you can take curves and everything. So let's get into the performance things that I've been looking at. So looking at exhaust, I have narrowed it down. I was looking at a lot of exhaust, but I am going with the Borla Attack. I think the Borla Attack sounds fantastic. I think it's going to sound excellent on the C7. So that is the first thing that I'm doing, getting ready to schedule that. I am taking it to Lake Model Domestics here in Virginia Beach. They will be doing all of my work, all of my tuning. So stick around for that. In between getting the exhaust, I did price and, look at the packages. I am getting Cook headers and high flow cats. So that is another thing. Also, I'm getting a tune on the car. Yes, to get that basically from interchanging the 4-cylinder to the 8-cylinder. And I'm also getting a sway bar. Okay. The sway bar is going to help me because when you're getting your headers, when you're looking at high flow cats, when you're looking at all these things, you are going to increase horsepower. So I am thinking that everything that I am getting thus far, hopefully coming up, I am looking anywhere from maybe 60 to 70, maybe even 100. I don't know, because I am new to this game. So we will know, but around hopefully 80 some horsepower added onto this bad boy. I am going to get it dynoed because, with my Hellcat, all my vehicles, I do get them dynoed. Maybe I'll do a before and an after so we can kind of get a baseline. Maybe I'll do that too. I really don't think, I mean, the Corvette, the stock should be around. I did not get the ZR1 package, so I think maybe I'll be around 450-ish kind of horsepower with maybe, I don't know. But certainly just leave a comment below if you want to see baseline dyno versus, a dyno after to kind of see how many horsepower or what did we increase the horsepower on. So let me know. But anyway, let me know what you guys would recommend on the vehicle. Again, I have the quote. I mean, all it is just basically clicking, agreeing to it, for the Borla Attack, for the custom build, for the tuning, for the cats, or the Cooks, I'm sorry, high flow cats and the headers, the sway bar. So that is basically what I'm starting at. So my husband is a little bit different than me. I like it all and done. And then he says, I have the tendency I'll get bored. He was basically saying, hey, chop it up. And maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll start with maybe a dyno and get the exhaust, see how that sounds. And then moving forward, I don't know. My personality, I like it big or go home. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know what exhaust you have on your Corvette or your Mopars. Let me know. Because you remember, my Hellcat is loud as shit. And all I did was a mid-muffler delete. I did not do anything else to this bad boy. I have about 50 horse or miles to it, so about 16,000 miles on this Hellcat, and it seems like it's just getting louder and louder, more obnoxious. So I did not go with a full exhaust on this vehicle because she is pretty loud. But the Corvette, different story, because it's too quiet. So I'm going to be definitely exhausting her out. Anyway, let me know in the comments, and I will talk to you guys later. Peace.